When I couldn't drive anymore, I asked my daughter if I could move closer. Her husband said, "We're not running an elderly hostel. Figure it out." She looked away and said, "We're too busy to deal with this." I nodded. Then I called a realtor, and what I did with my estate sent shockwaves through the family. Part 1. Hi, I'm Harold. I'm 74 now, but this started when I was 71. I live in Kansas. It used to be Topeka, but now I'm somewhere else. It doesn't matter yet. I wasn't planning to write this, but the way things went down has been sitting with me for too long. Maybe if I say it out loud, write it out, I'll stop waking up at 3 a.m. thinking about that phone call. So here it is. I lost my wife, Sandra, in 2018 to breast cancer, fast and brutal. We were married for 44 years. She died at home holding my hand. After that, things got quiet, not peaceful, but just empty, too quiet. I did okay for the first year. I took care of the house, kept the yard up, paid the bills, and went to the VFW on Fridays to talk to the neighbors now and then. But my hands started giving me trouble, arthritis, and my eyes, especially at night, weren't what they used to be. I hit a mailbox one morning while backing out, and that scared the hell out of me. The next day, I put the keys in a drawer and never touched them again. That's when things got hard. I live out in the country, the closest grocery store is 20 minutes away, no buses, no Ubers, and you can't call a cab around here unless you want to wait 3 hours and pay $50. So I thought, alright, maybe it's time to move. Nothing big, just something smaller, maybe an apartment near my daughter, Alyssa. Alyssa's my only kid, she lives in Overland Park, 3 hours east, married to a guy named Mark with 2 kids and a big house. She's a school counselor, he's in finance or insurance or something, he's always bragging about deals and trips. We weren't super close, but we talked on holidays, birthdays, and random check-ins. After Sandra died, Alyssa came to stay with me for 2 weekends. She helped pack some stuff. We cried a little, then life moved on. Anyway, I figured I'd call her and let her know I was thinking about moving closer, not in with them, just nearby. I thought we'd go over some places together. I was hoping maybe she'd be happy about it. I waited until Sunday mid-afternoon. I knew that's when she usually did laundry and was around the house. She answered, a little out of breath. "Hey, Dad. Everything okay?" Yeah, I'm all right. Just wanted to run something by you." "Sure, what's up?" I told her I wasn't driving anymore, that things were getting a bit hard alone, and that I was thinking about selling the house and maybe moving closer to her. She didn't answer right away. Then I heard it in the background, her husband, Mark, loud and clear, as if he were standing next to me. "We're not running an elderly hostel, Alyssa, he can figure it out." My heart actually stopped for a second. I waited for her to tell him off, to say something, to defend me. She didn't. Instead, she sighed and, in the smallest voice, said, "We're really busy right now, Dad. The kids. Mark's work. I don't think we can deal with this." Deal with this like I was a load of laundry or a car repair. I didn't get angry. I didn't yell. I just sat there, holding the phone. I looked around the room, my old house, the wall Sandra painted, the couch she picked, everything suddenly felt unfamiliar. "I understand," I said. "Thanks anyway." And I hung up. The next morning, I called a real estate agent. "Hi," I said. "I'm thinking of selling. Can you come by?" Tammy came over that Thursday. She was in her early 40s and professional. She didn't ask too many questions. We walked the property. She said it was in great shape and would sell fast. She was right. Within 4 weeks, I had a buyer, a retired couple moving up from Texas to be closer to their son. They bought it in cash. I didn't tell Alyssa I sold. Why would I? I was tired of trying to stay in someone's life where I wasn't wanted. I found a small 1-bedroom condo in Lawrence, a good neighborhood, closer to doctors, with a grocery store a block away, everything I needed. Then I called my lawyer. I had a will, I had it for years. Everything used to go to Alyssa, house, savings, truck, insurance, everything. But after that call, I started thinking. She'd already made her choice, so I made mine. I had my lawyer change everything. Half my estate would go to a local veterans group that built housing for older vets, the other half to a senior program in Topeka that helps people like me, people with no one. The truck, I hadn't figured that part out yet. About a year passed. Life was quiet but fine. I made some friends at the senior center. There was Carol, a sweet woman, widowed like me. Her grandson, Tyler, helped me fix a leaky sink once, a good kid, came by to check on me even when I didn't ask. Then one night, I had a stroke. I don't remember much. I woke up in the hospital with a nurse shining a light in my eyes. They said it was mild, they caught it early. Still, it scared me and made me think about how fast things can change. I stayed at the rehab center for 2 weeks. When I got out, I did something I hadn't done in over a year. I called Alyssa. She picked up. I told her what happened, that I'd had a stroke but was okay now, and that I just wanted her to know. She was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "Why didn't you call me sooner?" I didn't say what I wanted to say, that she'd already made it clear where I stood. Instead, I said, "You were busy." Then I told her one more thing. I changed my will, Alyssa, it doesn't go to you anymore. The silence on the line felt heavy. "You what?" she said. "I've got people helping me here, people who didn't treat me like a burden. That's who's getting what I have." She started crying real tears. I didn't feel satisfaction, I didn't feel cruel, I felt nothing, just tired. She came to see me 2 weeks later. She brought flowers and sat next to me, saying sorry a lot. "Dad, I didn't know how to say no to Mark." I nodded but didn't say much. She left after 20 minutes. That was the last time I saw her. I still get calls sometimes, she leaves voicemails. I listen to them, but I don't call back. I'm not done with the story yet because what I did next, what I planned, well, let's just say when the estate lawyer made the final arrangements, everyone was in for a surprise. After Alyssa's visit, things went quiet again. I went back to my routine, doctor's visits, breakfast at the same diner, senior center on Wednesdays. Carol still checked on me, her grandson Tyler started driving me to appointments. He refused gas money, just said, "You remind me of my granddad." I was healing physically, but mentally, I was carrying a weight, not hate exactly, more like something unfinished. 3 months passed, then came the letter. It was from Mark, typed, not even handwritten. "Harold, I think there's been a misunderstanding. We'd like to revisit the will. Alyssa was very emotional during your last conversation, and I believe she may not have expressed herself clearly. We've always cared about your well-being. Let's meet for dinner sometime and talk about how to move forward as a family." No apology, no ownership, just corporate-sounding nonsense. I didn't reply. 2 weeks later, Alyssa called. I answered this time. "Dad," she said, "please. Mark was out of line before, I know that, but we're trying. The kids want to see you." That part made my chest ache a little. I hadn't seen my grandkids in almost 2 years. I didn't say no, but I didn't say yes either. She tried again. "We were thinking maybe you could move into one of those assisted living places near us. We could visit on weekends." I almost laughed. They wouldn't let me live near them, but now that they smelled money, they were happy to put me somewhere close, so long as they didn't have to deal with me themselves. I said, "I'll think about it." But what I actually did next was make another call to my lawyer. "Can we make the estate even tighter?" I asked. "Bulletproof it," I said. He said yes. We rewrote it so tight, not even a team of hungry sharks could rip into it. I gave Tyler my truck, not in the will, just signed the title over. "You serious?" He said, eyes wide. "Dead serious," I told him. "You've done more for me in 6 months than some people have in a lifetime." Carol found out and tried to give me a casserole to say thank you. I told her she could thank me by letting me teach her how to play poker next Thursday. Then another twist hit. I was at my apartment when I got a call from the front desk. A woman was downstairs asking to come up. She didn't give her name. I told them no. "You can click on share more to see if there is a part 2.